Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you guys I'm going to say some things that I already know that y'all might get pissed off about me saying. But here's the thing. I look at these pictures and I look at these stories and I get really upset because I see these big, burly, just terrible human beings that you call these caretakers, like this individual here, that are essentially like big bullies, and they're murderers in my opinion, until they're convicted in court. So let me parse my words on that. But it is perceived that they are murderers. They've been arrested and charged with these crimes. And it seems like they just abuse these children for absolutely no reason at all. And I just think that you just don't have a soul in your body. You don't have a heart. Like, you're just a hollow individual on the inside if you can harm a baby. But let me give you guys the fair, not the fair usage, but a disclaimer. Some people might find my content controversial or offensive because I'm getting ready to say some offensive stuff here in a moment. The information is coming from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news website articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. I'm doing this in hopes of using these stories as cautionary tales in hopes of preventing these tragedies going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. I almost have that memorized. So Missouri takes the L. It's been a long time since I've said Missouri takes the L, but, you know. A Missouri man, if we could even call him that, stands accused of beating his own 6-year-old daughter to death with an aluminum baseball bat. Please catch that. With an aluminum baseball bat. And I'm getting this information from lawandcrime.com, so thank you for the article. The judge denied his bond for an individual by the name. It looks like he got his ass whooped, and I'm glad he did. I hope they beat him to a pulp. Dustin L. Beechner, Beechner, 37 years old, in a hearing on Wednesday, according to the St. Joseph News Press. Police were called to the home on Mitchell Avenue in the morning of September the 2nd. So this is 12 days ago from the date of this video. They said the defendant Beechner led them to the roof. They said that the defendant Beechner, the father, led them to the roof where young Jocelyn Marie Beechner, this angel, was covered with a white sheet. I'm sorry, y'all. I get really upset. Like, it just, that grips your soul. If you don't feel something on the inside and here, I don't know. I don't know. He said she was his daughter, officers said. Law enforcement claimed that the child had been struck with a metal baseball bat several times. And I'm going to stop the MFing story right there. Y'all bear with me just a second. It just tears me up, man. Oh, that tears me up. I don't understand. I don't understand. When you look at this baby's face, let me try to get through this story, okay? When you look at this baby's face, and I ask myself, what could she have done to deserve this? What could she have done that made him freak out, loses temper, get mad. Was it potty training? Did you just not like her? Are you just a horrible person? What was it? There had to have been a reason, and I'm just curious what his answer would be to that. What did this baby do to deserve that? You can look at her face, you can look at her eyes, and I believe that no child can ever, none, zero, black, white, it doesn't matter. Any child and no child can ever do anything to get and carry a parent to this point. If you ask me, like, she just was cursed with the worst father in history. And she's a happy baby. And no, she didn't deserve this. I'm really about to lose my composure a couple of minutes into this, and I do apologize. She was struck in the head with a metal baseball bat several times. She died from blunt force trauma to the head. And that's his Facebook page, which is still up. If y'all want to go over there and check it out. I'm sure some people might have some choice words, but his Facebook page is up. Beechner was reportedly on suicide watch at the Buchanan County Jail. He appeared in court via video at a hearing on Wednesday. I've been doing good for a year and a half in recovery, he told Associate Circuit Judge Keith Marquardt before the judge cut him off. Some things have been going on in my life. Marquardt warned him anything that he said could be used against him in court. The prosecutor was in the room. Records named no attorney for Beechner, who faces a count of child abuse resulting in death, and he faces life in prison. I don't even know why we even bothered to go through the pleasantries of that. But that's the law. In deciding the defendant should remain held without bond, Marquardt noted Beechner's prior 2 convictions for felony domestic assault. I want y'all to keep in mind that this baby is 6 years old and he had 2 prior assault charges. Felony domestic assault, 2 of them. The 37-year-old remained on probation for one of those cases. Bond review is scheduled for this upcoming Wednesday. Jocelyn would have turned 7 on Thursday, September the 15th, which is literally in 1 hour and 10 minutes from right now. Instead, reportedly, there will be a candlelit vigil in her honor at the Remington Nature Center in St. Joseph, and it's scheduled for 7:30 p.m. And I'm glad that people are doing candlelit vigils and stop releasing balloons. You're just polluting society, polluting the air, leaving trash all over the place. That's not any good. It doesn't make anything better. But I want to ask the difficult questions because there is no reporter. There is no news website. I don't think there is any police officials that will ask what I'm going to ask, which is why I continue to do what I do. And I don't know if anybody caught this, but I'm going to just speak on it. I'm going to say it. See that woman that he's laid up with right there? I don't know if that's the mother. She seems like she could be, but I don't want to call that out because I don't know that for a fact. But I will say this. I'm going to point this solely at the biological mother's feet. Where was the biological mother? Was that woman he was laying up with? Was that the biological mother? Matter of fact, you could actually go and look at some of his other pictures. He looks like a lame. L-A-M-E. A lame. Oh, matter of fact, let me show y'all something. I want y'all to take a look at what this mother decided to make children with. Where's that picture at? Do I have it? I want y'all to take a look at this and y'all tell me if I'm right or am I wrong. Ladies, I know I have a lot of ladies in my chat. I just put a picture on the screen, and I know it takes a little bit of time. Y'all are about maybe 20 seconds behind. But I want y'all to take a look at this picture, and I want y'all to tell me how many of y'all women, just based on this picture alone, would want to create a child with that. How many desperate women are out there that will want to date that, be around that, smell that? Like, he just looked like he smells bad. Like he smells like ass and desperation. Right? Like he looks like a field of hopeless dreams. Like where dreams go to die. Come on, ladies. Is there anything attractive about that? Like, am I missing something? Do I need to zoom in more? Let me not do that. Might get flagged. I'm just curious. What's so attractive about this that not only that you make a child with this, but you keep your child around this? She was 6 years old. That means that there were 6 years of documented opportunities that she could have taken her child away from that. You want me to tell you why the biological mother didn't take her child away from that and why he had so much access to his child? Because in a lot of these cases, these bad mothers, it's not all, but these bad mothers only care about their own personal pleasures. They're more concerned about them having a man. They're more concerned about not being lonely. They're more concerned about them getting some type of sexual pleasure. I don't know how you did it here, but I guess some type of way. If there was like a scratch and sniff, this would automatically smell like radioactive or something. I don't know. If radioactivity had a smell, I'm pretty sure it would smell like him. But yes, I'm blaming this on the biological mother. Just, there's no reason not only to procreate with him, but then to keep your child around him. I can almost guarantee you there was nothing about this man that said anything about productive, good father, hard worker, nothing. And it cost this baby her life. Let me give you guys the fair usage before I say some more inflammatory things. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Some people might not understand where I'm coming from, but I really hope that we can wake the hell up, please. If y'all would, do me a favor, if you feel where I'm coming from, click that thumbs up and share this video and let this baby know that her name and her death did not go in vain, okay? Let's get it.
Dustin Beechner, age 37, is currently accused of killing his 6-year-old daughter, Jocelyn Marie Beechner. Her body was found by police on September 2nd on the roof of their St. Joseph home. News Press Now's Riley Funk investigates Beechner's active and violent criminal history.
Dustin Beechner has a criminal record that dates back over a dozen years, and at the time of his latest arrest, he was on probation.
Let's back that up. And again, if y'all were wondering, like, why would you blame that on the mother? Let me play it back again. Let me let y'all hear this part again.
Active and violent criminal history.
Dustin Beechner has a criminal record that dates back over a dozen years, and at the time of his latest arrest, he was on probation.
Active and violent criminal history.
Dustin Beechner has a criminal record that dates back over a dozen years, and at the time of his latest arrest, he was on probation.
Let's think about this for a moment. He has a criminal record based on what they just said that dates back over a dozen years. Let's do the math if this little girl is only 6 years old. So that means if this biological mother would have done something as simple as a background search, thank you, you caught it, thank you. Background check, see where it comes into play? 12 years. So 6 years prior to this child being brought into fruition, here's what I think. I think that she knew that he was a criminal. Because if he was on some type of probation or something, he would have had to let his probation officer know where he was living. If he was living with some woman or whatever the case is, I honestly believe that the mother probably knew. And if she didn't know, then shame on her for not finding out before she just started going out here just making babies with just anything that grew off the side of a tree.
Beechner pleaded guilty in 2 previous domestic assault cases in Buchanan County, one of which involved a cousin and another in which the victim was a former girlfriend. Beechner was charged in an October 2010 assault after shooting his cousin in the abdomen. According to a probable cause statement filed in the case, Beechner was intoxicated at the time of that shooting. In the fall of 2019, Beechner pleaded guilty to domestic assault after an altercation with an ex-girlfriend, who was not Jocelyn Beechner's mother. The petition to plead guilty filed in the case states Beechner returned to the residence drunk. Beechner pleaded guilty in that case to third-degree domestic assault and was placed on 4 years probation, the conditions of which he was still under at the time of Jocelyn's death. Beechner is still held in the Buchanan County Jail without bond.
We have an update tonight on the story of the 6-year-old girl who was found dead during a police investigation yesterday.
And thank you for those who were able to share these stories on social media. If you have groups where you can share these, thank y'all for sharing that. I saw you said you shared it, so thank you for doing that.
Meyerhofer Funeral Home has an obituary for the girl today. We have those new details.
On Friday morning, a female child was found dead at a home when police arrived to a scene and did an investigation. Meyerhofer Funeral Home has put out an obituary from family members, and that little girl is 6-year-old Jocelyn Marie Beechner. Jocelyn was a student at Parkway Elementary School in St. Joseph. The St. Joseph Police Department told us on Friday that officers were sent out to a home near 32nd Street and Mitchell Avenue after a report of a white man acting suspiciously near the home. When police got to the scene, they found the dead body of Jocelyn at the home. Police confirmed the man is 37-year-old Dustin L. Beechner, and he was Jocelyn's father. He was arrested and is charged with a Class A felony abuse of a child resulting in death, and he has no bond. Jocelyn's death is being investigated as a homicide.
And school resource officers were also sent to the scene as well, and school grief counselors are preparing to speak with students at the school. If you would like to see the full obituary, you can go to the link in our website article.
You know what I find funny, especially with stories like this, is how these criminals, these people who are not good candidates to be fathers or husbands or boyfriends, the worst type of people have no problem finding women that want to be with them and have unprotected sex with them. Isn't that something? A man who looks like that, let's see if I can go back to that picture. Where is it at? Like this. This man had no problem getting him a girlfriend that just looked like somebody's chewed up gum on the bottom of somebody's shoe. That's his criminal information right there. So, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I think that we get this information from reliable sources. But again, I mean, I don't even know if he can even explain what the motive was. Did he just freak out or whatever the case is? For those who are asking about the GoFundMe, as of right now, I have not found a GoFundMe in this story. But like I say, if they're not willing to put life insurance on their children for having their children around dangerous people to begin with, then I don't know why we're so quick to funnel money into people's GoFundMe if they won't even invest and protect their children when it comes to life insurance. Everybody should have it. And we're actually going to bring on my friend that actually did an interview with us. We're going to bring her on here probably next week when we get some time. We're going to talk to Rebecca again about life insurance and explain the importance of it, as opposed to just waiting on society to pay for our burials and final expenses. This is a beautiful little girl, and Jocelyn deserves so much better. She deserved a better father. She deserved a better mother. And if you ask me, it looked like somebody had already punched him in the face, and I'm definitely happy to see that. I ain't gonna lie. He needs a lot more of that for what he did to his daughter. A metal baseball bat, though, to that angel, there is no excuse for that. Jocelyn Angel, I really wish she would have had better parents so that she could have grown up, and I think that she deserved every opportunity to grow up and become something great. So young Jocelyn, young princess, R.I.P. But thank you guys so much for listening to her story. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If there's something I missed, you can always post in there, and let's have a real discussion about these stories, okay? Thank you.